Hello everybody, welcome to episode 33 of the MEE-FIT Podcast. Today I'm joined by one of our members, Stella, who has kindly given up a bit of her time this morning to come and film this podcast with us. Obviously we've heard that you're particularly busy at the moment with everything that's been going on, so thank you very much for coming down. So Stella, would you be happy to just kind of give everyone a little introduction into yourself?
Yes, I'm Stella Ashbrook. I have a business in Whitchurch called Moo and Boom, which I run alongside my daughter and one of my sons. And we are a sustainable business. We have a cafe and a lifestyle store selling sustainable products and clothing for men and women.
Awesome. Well, we thought it was a particularly good time to have you onto the podcast for a few reasons, but one of which is that we've just announced a little business collaboration between MEE-FIT and Moo and Boom, which is exciting. There's more information about that on our social media channel and on yours as well, which is cool. But and we knew that you've been particularly busy recently because you've just moved.
Yes.
Tell us how that's gone.
Okay, the move's gone brilliantly and it's been received in Whitchurch by our customers really well. The reason we moved is our lease is due up at the end of this year, so we still have the other shop. But with the increase in rates and rents, and lots of changes within the business, we did feel that it was the right time just to transition into a slightly smaller unit. It's not as big, but it is more manageable. And the cafe area is absolutely gorgeous, considering we did the move in 5 days.
Yeah.
We're absolutely delighted with it. And all our customers, we've just had positive feedback, so we're glad we've done it.
Good.
So.
Well, I'm yet to go in myself, but I know Em was in the other day filming, and Callum was, and they said how fab it looked, and brought home some goodies for us as well, back to here, which was very nice. So good. I'm glad it's gone well. Well, while we're on that topic, an area of discussion, I suppose, for us is most certainly being a business owner and fitting in fitness, because we know for so many people, whether they're a business owner or they're just someone who's in full-time employment, or even if they're just not, but they've got their children and they've, you know what I mean, there's always loads of other things going on. So, the first kind of question, I suppose, for you is how do you find, making time for yourself to come into the gym and taking time out of your day to do that, whilst you've also got all the other demands?
Well, it's a case of, for me anyway, having to, because I've got a few joint issues, and at the beginning of this year I was doing a window display and I literally just stepped off a step and my knee went from beneath me, and I had some physio on it, and effectively just said the age that I am at, which I'm in my late 50s, I do need to do some work on my strength. So I joined MEE-FIT into the programme. And I have to be perfectly honest, I didn't actually particularly think I was going to be stopping, because I'm not a gym person. Yeah. However, after week 3, I noticed some real changes in the way that I was getting more movement in my joints and my lower back and my knees. And I've stayed, and I love it now. And I work my diary around not missing my gym sessions, I would say. Because if I do it the other way around, I would miss my gym sessions.
Yes. Yeah.
So I make sure I have time out after work. I do 2 sessions after work on a Monday and Tuesday, and then on a Thursday morning and a Friday morning before I start my day, really. Yeah. And it works for me. Yeah. And I'm really enjoying it, and it is helping.
Good. So. And what we found particularly impressive was when you were here throughout that period of time where you were moving. I think your sessions were a little bit maybe disrupted, but you still made it here. Yeah. I remember seeing you and saying...
Yeah, I was exhausted. Yeah. I was doing 14-hour days. But actually, for me, the mental side of it is that I know the way my head works. And if I don't keep a momentum in coming to the gym, I would easily come out of it. So it's a mental strength thing, and that's how I work it. It's like I'm going on holiday soon for a week, and in my head I'm thinking, right, I'm not going to be at the gym for a week, so should I put an extra class in before I go and an extra class when I get back? But that's just the way it is for me, how I work. Yeah. Really, everybody's different, I know. So.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's really positive, isn't it? That's really good. Good to hear. Yeah. So if we go back a little bit further, obviously you said a classic thing that our members will say, we hear that all the time, I'm not a gym person, or I didn't think I was a gym person. So I'm presuming from that then that you've you've tried different gyms before, or have you just never really gone down that route?
Yes, no, I used to do spin classes pre-COVID, and I did those religiously. And again, it was more of a habit, because that's the way I have to work it. I have to make it into my structure. COVID hit, and I never went back. It was, again, because I was out of the routine. So I'm just not really, I don't think I've ever had the support in a gym that I get here, where I have the confidence to lift a weight or feel confident that I'm not going to hurt myself, because I have got a few issues. And I think the pain of when you do pull something or you do hurt something, it lives with you for such a long time that it puts you on the back foot. Whereas here, I do feel I go into everything with the confidence of somebody keeping an eye on me, making sure I'm doing it correctly, and actually sometimes just taking the bar off me because I can't get it to where I need it to go. Actually, it makes me laugh, because I think, gosh, for goodness sake, push yourself. But that's the thing which is really good, I think, with MEE-FIT.
Well, that happens to everybody at every level, at every strength level. So don't worry about that. Like any of us who are maybe a little bit more further along with our gym-based training, we still need someone to spot us and look after us when we're under a barbell. So that's pretty normal. So just touching on, you said obviously a few joint issues and stuff. Now, a lot of people who, we speak to, or maybe we leave their details, have fears and anxieties around that. And a lot of people are, unfortunately, are under the mindset that they do have joint issues, potentially osteoarthritis or previous injuries, that they maybe shouldn't train in a gym, that wouldn't be appropriate for them. What's your experience been around that? How has the training helped those things?
Well, I have a torn cartilage in my hip, which I've had for 20 years. And 20 years ago, I should have had a hip replacement. But because of the feedback on what could happen with nerve damage, etc., I was told you need to strengthen the muscle around the hip. So I started that 20 years ago, and I've got 2 dogs. I walk an awful lot. So things like that, I know from medical advice that actually the strength around the muscle is just as important as having physio and other treatment. So for me, anyway, with my knee situation and my hip and a shoulder situation, it's not like a right crock, but it does help.
Yeah, good.
So you can step up and not feel pain because you've built the muscle around it.
Absolutely.
So I feel 100%, honestly, better than I did in January.
Good.
So it's, and everybody here, all the coaches are, I think, super supportive of people with injury. So they are there to make sure. So for example, if I can't do something, if my knee's really bad, that you'll put me on something else.
Yeah.
So that's what I enjoy.
And it does, from what I've heard and seen from you, it does have a bit of a fluctuating pattern, doesn't it? Some days it's better than others, some days it's worse, so you kind of have to just today, adapt it based on how it feels. Yeah,
I've done 2 sessions today. I haven't got my knee brace on. It's been absolutely fine.
Yeah.
And it's just the way it is. Sometimes it's really flares up, and other times I'm absolutely fine with it.
Yeah, awesome. So, you've done 2 sessions already this morning?
I have.
Wow.
I know.
Put me to shame.
I know.
I haven't even trained yet.
I know.
Goodness me.
A day ahead of me as well.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. Cool. Great. Well, I think that's really, really positive, because like I said, the more we can help get the message out there that actually strength training, gym-based training is safe, it's effective, and it's one of the best things you can do for your joint health, even if you do have previous injuries or arthritis or whatever that is. I think that's a really positive message.
Definitely.
And like you said, it's just about adapting it. It's not about thinking, I can't do this, I can't do that. It's like, well, what can we do that can help strengthen the muscles, get the joints moving, but in a way that is pain-free and suitable for the person that's in front of us.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
That changes, like we said, it changes day to day, week to week, so we just have to adapt it a little bit. And that's, I suppose, one of the big benefits of being here and being looked after by the team.
Yeah, because some days I can walk in here and I am limping, and I still can do a session and come away feeling that I've actually achieved something, but not in pain.
Love it.
And that's the thing, really.
So obviously we spoke there about your results in terms of joint health and improvements in that side of things, but you've also achieved some pretty impressive results, we would say, in terms of sort of body shape and body structure. I mean, just talk us through that a little bit. What's been the main results in the last, what's it been, 8-9 months that you've been with us?
Yeah. So in the 8 or 9 months, I've lost 1.5 stone, and don't get me wrong, I didn't come specifically to lose weight.
Yep.
I was overweight, I have to say, for my size. I'm only 5'3", but I have lost weight and I have toned up and I have changed my body shape a little bit. Lots of people automatically think that you're on the weight loss injection. So I've had a lot of comments from customers who have said, oh my goodness, you've lost weight and you're looking really good, and are you on those jabs? And I'm like, no, I'm not. It is just pure coming here and doing some gym work and some strengthening and feeling motivated.
Yeah.
And for me, that is more of a long-term thing than a short-term fix with weight. Because the thing is with short-term fix weight for me is when you stop doing it, it would go on very, very quickly for me.
Yeah.
Because that's my metabolism. Mm-hmm. So it suits my body shape and my metabolism to do something on a weekly basis and build it that way.
Yeah.
But I'm delighted I have lost some weight because I'm only short, so if I put any weight on, I always look huge. So it's a good thing for me.
Yeah, no, you've done brilliantly well, and the fact that wasn't the primary focus, it's almost been a byproduct of healthier living,
Definitely.
More regular exercise. Have you made changes to your diet and nutrition around what you've been doing as well? Much?
I would say I eat healthily anyway, because obviously that's part of our business model. So we are very much based on healthy eating and non-processed foods. So I do eat healthily, and I would say I've possibly cut down on drinking.
Okay.
Not that I was a huge drinker, but I probably think, no, do you know what? I don't need to have a drink. I'll have a tonic water or something.
Yeah.
So, but no, I do think it's come down to metabolism, really.
Yeah.
That kick-starting of your metabolism to get it working.
More physical activity, obviously, is going to be helping, isn't it?
Yeah,
as well?
I think that more than diet.
Yeah.
I do try not to have. We do have some lovely cakes and things. And I do try not to have those.
Yes.
But I'm tempted sometimes to them. But I always feel better if I've come here and done something. So.
Yeah. Good. Well, that's... What's that?
One instruction from you when I went to film the other day was to make sure you bring me a cake.
Bring a cake back, yeah. Sent Em to do the film, and I thought it'd be good to get someone else on the feed rather than just me all the time. But also just make sure you bring me a cake. But yeah, I mean, that's what life's all about, isn't it? We've got to have the fitness and the gym and all the activity, but we've also got to have the cake and the glass of wine from time to time, or whatever it is. And touching on what you said before about the quicker fix approach. Now, you don't have to kind of delve into too much detail, but have you tried that before, something a little bit more shorter term, more drastic type approach with your weight? Is that something you've done over the years?
Don't get me wrong, I've tried dieting, so I've done the no sugar situation through the whole of Lent, and I've got a thyroid issue, so to me dieting doesn't work for me, because I could cut out sugar and alcohol for the whole of Lent and not lose a pound. So I think I know what does work. This obviously does. I've never done weights before, and I would say for me, I wish I'd done it 20 years ago, because actually I think that has been the key for my metabolism, the weights, because it is noticeable that I've lost weight, and the only thing I've changed really is coming here. So I would say it's the weights.
Good.
For me anyway.
Awesome. Well, again, like we said with the joint health, that's another message that we want to get across, is just how powerful strength and resistance-based training is for body composition as well. You know, we spoke about it in terms of joint health and stuff, but just from a body shape perspective, the fact that you're now doing, strength training 2, 3, potentially 4 times a week. Obviously, I think the 4th session is usually an endurance class as well.
I do the cardio and the endurance, which I think that's really good. Like today was cardio, and then what Marcus does, and I find that really good, because obviously it takes your heart rate high and then it dips it down. And
so some interval sort of work.
Which is like a hip thing, isn't it, really?
Yeah, so we've got, so they're manipulating the intensity of the training, so some higher intensity and some lower intensity, and then some more steadier state at the end of that session, if I remember rightly. Some interval work is good to challenge the heart a little bit harder over a shorter time frame and then get that recovery.
Yes,
so,
it's good.
Good.
Really,
and that's your typical routine then, 2 or 3 strength-based sessions and then 1 cardio? That's normally what you do?
Yeah, I do mobility.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I find the mobility is like the yoga, sort of Pilates type moves. And for the stretches, I really love that. That's what turned the enjoyment of this for me.
Okay.
The fact there's a bit of variety.
Yes.
So you don't have to do all the weight stuff and the one-on-one. You can actually then do an endurance or a mobility. I really like that.
Good. So yeah, to be clear, then you do typically 2 strength sessions, a cardio session, endurance, and then a mobility. And that's your usual like weekly routine.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you've achieved everything you have in terms of all the improvements in your body shape that we've mentioned, all the improvements in your joint health and flexibility and all that in 3 longer sessions, 2 strength, 1 endurance, and then a 30-minute mobility class.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to take over your life.
It doesn't take over my life. I can fit it after work, but actually get home to cook supper.
Yeah.
And then the days that I'm not working in the shop, but I'm working behind a desk at home on the back end of stuff, I just come in the mornings.
Yeah.
And it gives me my day.
Cool.
And it works. Definitely.
We like to get that message across because, again, I think so many people have, we talked earlier about like the time availability and people struggling to fit it in and stuff. But I think one of the challenges with that is that for so many people, that what they think they need to do to get results is way more than probably what they do need to do, and that can be a problem. Whereas if we can show people that you can get really great results in sort of 2-3 sessions a week that don't even need to be over an hour, you can be really efficient with your time, you're going to still get great results. And I think that helps people then think, okay, I can fit this in.
Definitely. I think it's very much doable, to be honest.
Love it.
Yeah.
So just one thing that I wanted to pick up on was the questions about the jabs. Like, I find that really interesting because that is something that's happening a lot. Like, the automatic assumption that people have is, are you on the weight loss jabs? So, I mean, how did you feel when people asked you that? Or did you take that as a compliment? Or did you feel it was a little bit of like I don't know, what was your mindset around that?
Well, the thing is, I think so many people are on them now.
Yeah.
I know lots of people who've lost lots of weight on them. I don't know, it makes me laugh really because I was like, no, I'm not. I go to MEE-FIT. I work really hard. But it's more the fact I couldn't take them anyway because of my medical history. Okay. So it's an interesting one, isn't it, the jabs? Because I think what happens when you stop? That's and that would be my biggest thing. Yeah. Because do you have to be on them forever? To keep slim? As
far as I can tell from all the data that's out as of it stands, and this could change, things do change, more research comes out, but from everything that I've seen, if people lose weight with them, it does seem that it then becomes more of a longer term thing, i.e. you need to keep taking it, maybe at a lower dose.
Yes.
But to sustain those results, because it has a very direct physiological change in someone's desire to eat, their drive to eat. They are powerful things, hence why they are successful.
So then it makes you wonder if they're getting the nutrients into the body that is needed, because if they're starving their body.
Yeah, I mean, there's questions definitely to be had around that. Now, I think we could definitely go down a rabbit hole here talking through this, but let's save that just because I think you get me going and then I'll be off for ages.
But actually, from an expense point of view, though, a monetary point of view, there's actually it's many ways, because it's expensive to be on the jabs. It would be far more economical to come and
yeah. I mean, I have different opinions on the jabs, because I think for some people, especially someone who is really struggles with their weight, highly obese, diabetic, real challenges, and for whatever reason, for different reasons, both decision making but also more internal reasons, cannot lose weight consistently without them, then I do think that they are very, very valuable. Where I have slightly different view is when people are on them just because they think, I can't be bothered, but I don't want the effort of going to the gym 2 or 3 times a week. I'd prefer to just take the jabs, and then for people who don't really need to lose their weight for medical reasons, they're doing it more for how they look, how they feel, and stuff. And for me, that's a little bit more debatable, because you get so many other benefits from the fitness, the strength training that cannot be replicated by a jab. All the joint stuff we talked about earlier. that would not have changed without the training.
I agree.
You know, you might have lost a similar amount of weight, potentially, maybe more, who knows?
Yeah.
But you wouldn't have had all those other benefits, do you know what I mean? And that's where I'm a little bit, have questions about them, because it shouldn't be an either or.
I think it has a place, as you say, with a sector.
Yeah.
But I don't think you should substitute it for, personally for me, for the well-being and the nutrition of your body.
Agree completely, yeah. And there's also other issues around muscle loss, you know, and bone mineral density loss. I mean, we work with a lot of, obviously, women who are in their 40s, 50s, 60s, perimenopausal, postmenopausal. You know, we know muscle mass reduces, we know bone mineral density reduces, and the data that I'm aware of doesn't look good from those things for the jabs purposes. That's where the strength and resistance-based training comes in. So for gyms like us, like, we know that, like you said, so many people are going down that route. We still want to get the message out there that actually you still need to train. You still need to exercise. You still need to build your strength and your muscle.
Because being thin doesn't mean that you're strong.
No, absolutely
that's the thing.
Or healthy.
Yes,
To be fair, you know,
I agree.
It doesn't change people's health just purely losing weight, unless that weight loss allows them to live a healthier lifestyle.
Yeah. And health actually is the key thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, that's going to get you longevity, whereas, you know, that's the thing I'd look at. I'd look at the health of my body and my diet and everything.
Yeah, good. I just wondered how you took that, because
I do find
some people might find it quite offensive if someone thinks that, because they think, no, I've been working really hard at this and that, you know what I mean?
I think it's so commonplace now, though.
It's
gone to the point where everybody, 2 in 5 people will be on the jab.
Yeah, wow. It's crazy,
so it's a conversation, and some people pretend they're not, and they're using it, and other people then are just on it and quite, I'm losing weight on the jab, and it's fine.
Yeah, there's probably still a little bit of like stigma around it, isn't there? So some people may be a little bit more coy about it, but I mean, I personally take it as a compliment. One time, I heard that there was a rumour at one time from someone that I was on steroids, and I was really proud of myself. I was like, yes, like, it's working. Like, I was like, God, I wish. But I took that as a compliment anyway. That was a long time ago. But you know, I thought it was an interesting part of the conversation.
Yeah. Cool. Keep joking about it now.
Yeah. But no, good. I mean, the fact that someone's thought that that's the way you've gone, but actually you've just been doing healthy activity, strength training, cardiovascular training. Yeah. Great positive.
Yeah, really, and I definitely recommend it.
Good. I'll just pick up, sort of coming towards the end, but I'll just pick up on where you mentioned that you didn't think it would be a long-term thing, if you don't mind, because obviously you started with us in January this year. Yeah. Initially did like a 4-week program.
You know, through the Facebook ad.
Yes, that was it. Yeah.
Which one was it? That one matters to me.
Yeah. Yeah, what was it?
It was the one outside the church, and I think it was with Claire.
Oh, Claire's done the job. Well done, Claire.
And then I met Claire here.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Good. So, obviously, you signed up to the initial 4 weeks. When you did that, then, were you thinking, I'm going to do that for 4 weeks, kick myself a kickstart, and then I'm going to go and do it on my own? Or what were you thinking at that point, even before you'd come in, potentially?
I thought I would give it a go. So I saw the ad come through on Facebook, and it was very much aimed at women in their over 40s, possibly going through menopause, and I thought, that is definitely me, and I just clicked that link to say for a callback, and then I think I spoke to you, Dan, and then I had an appointment to come in, and I met with Claire and had an assessment, and then I was quite nervous, actually, I think, coming initially, because it is out of my comfort zone. Well, it was out of my comfort zone, and I didn't know what to expect, because I think I expected this gym to be full of really super fit people and younger people, actually, and I didn't want to feel under pressure in any way, but it wasn't the case. Don't get me wrong, I didn't particularly enjoy it because I had no strength, no upper body strength whatsoever. So when I started, it was hard, and I thought, oh God, I'm never going to be any good at this. And I am quite even though I don't do sport, I am actually a very competitive person. I like to achieve. So when I don't achieve, I tend to then think I'm not going to do it because it's not achievable. Yeah. Whereas actually, came the first week, and because I'd paid, that's another thing. Yeah. Because I'd paid up front, I thought, well, I'm not going because I've paid for it. So got into the second week and actually got a bit better, as in felt more confident and realised that the people that were here were all in the same boat, really. You know, some people have got joint issues and some people had just started, and I thought, oh no, this is fine. And some people a lot older than me as well as young people, obviously. So got into the third week, and that's when I did the mobility. And I think, and Claire did it, and I'd done a class and then did the mobility, and I thought, oh no, I really like this now, because I think that mix of the stretching and that sort of yoga type exercise with what I'd done previously with the weights sort of clicked in me. I thought I can get that as well as, so that little bit that probably isn't the best bit for me, but I can do it and I'm getting better. That little bit there is the joyous bit for me anyway.
Got it.
And I like it because I think once a week I have this half hour of a little bit of yoga type exercises. So that's what worked for me, really. So no, it took 3 weeks and then it clicked, and now I'm really comfortable in the space.
Good.
And I do really enjoy coming.
Good.
Or else I wouldn't.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
the thing.
Good. Well, it's good to hear, because we always, as a team, like whenever someone comes on our initial program, that's why we do that trial period, sometimes longer, but 4 or 6 or 12 weeks, whatever it is. It gives people that opportunity to test it and see whether it fits for them. And throughout that period of time, obviously we'll as a team have a bit of a discussion about each person and say how they're getting on, how do you think they're finding it. And I can remember when we spoke about yourself, it was kind of like a little bit unsure, like not quite sure whether she's sort of vibing with this really and stuff. But then when you then said, I'm going to continue with it, we're thinking great. Like,
and I think with the coaches as well, what's good is they do actually do their research, that they know what is wrong with you.
Yeah, good.
So, even with Marcus starting, he'd obviously had some background on me, so that he knew that certain things I wouldn't be able to cope with.
Yeah, good.
Which I think is really, very good for a business personally.
Yeah.
I think it's really good to know who you're training and what their problems are.
Yeah.
So that many people struggle with the confidence of it, you see.
Yeah.
That's how I was. But now I've got the confidence, and I've got the confidence in who's coaching, and they're not going to make me do something that I'm uncomfortable with. It's not a difficult thing to do.
Yeah, good. Good. Well, we, as a team, like that's a big thing for us. Like it's a big focus, because obviously we sell what we do. Yes, it's a small group setting, but we still sell it as personal training.
Yes.
So if a new coach comes, like you said, Marcus, and he comes into the room and doesn't know anybody or know anything about them, then he's not going to be able to deliver that service. So we do our best to keep each other up to date on things. We communicate via, our messaging system. We have a team meeting. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes,
so a lot that goes into that, because we want to make sure that, right, I've just had a session with Stella. She's done this. We didn't do this, because of a knee or shoulder or whatever. Then the next coach comes in and thinks, right, okay, I can, we hold our hands up. We're not perfect. We try our best to get as much down as we can, but sometimes things get missed. That's just, unfortunately, not being no one's perfect, but we try our best to do that, so that people feel that there's a team of coaches here, but they all know me, they all know where I'm at, they all know how to work with me and adapt things for me. So it's good that was
very much
noticed.
So. And I think actually that for me is what's kept me going now, that giving me the confidence to come, because I think when you've got any issue or any joint issue, the pain of it can put you off doing things. Yeah. So if you've got somebody that knows that actually you shouldn't be doing that, it does give you the confidence to come. So no, it's been great for me. I would definitely recommend it. Well, I do recommend it.
Hence the collaboration.
Yeah, hence the collaboration, which I think will work amazingly.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Cool. So two final quick questions then, actually, if you don't mind, just as we wrap up. So the first one I always ask people is sort of, if we think about maybe, one thing I didn't ask you very, very quickly, had you considered working with us before? Had you seen an ad before and thought about it? Or was January the first time that you'd thought, right, I'm going to
Yeah, no, I'd probably seen you, but I honestly didn't relate it to being a gym that works with people of a certain, let's say, age or with problems or joint issues.
Yeah.
I just thought you were a gym,
Yeah.
a weightlifting gym, probably full of men. Person, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, the sort
big
of
guys in the mirrors, all the usual stuff.
That.
Yeah.
I had no idea whatsoever. But then I saw that clip, and that is the clip is what drew me in.
Good.
So
cool.
Yeah.
So on that then, let's take yourself back to prior to January. You know how you were feeling then. If there was someone who was feeling similar to you at that point in terms of not feeling where they want to be with like their body shape, they got joints that are hurting them, maybe they've got some fears and anxieties around gyms, what would be your message to that person? Not specifically in terms of MEE-FIT, I'm talking more generally about why should they consider or why should they make a start in improving their health and fitness, generally speaking?
Well, generally speaking, I would say now that by going and doing some form of training under conditions that are where people realise that you possibly have got some joint issues or something going on with your body, it gives you the confidence then to go forward in making a little bit of a life change. So I have recommended, obviously, you guys, to lots of people because it has changed how I view everything. And I'm surrounded in my family by fit people. Obviously, my husband's a golf professional. My children are all super fit. They run marathons and all this sort of thing. So I was the only one in my family that would walk the dogs. That was my fitness regime. So actually, I say to people now that you can fit it into your diary. You can come to the gym. It's not hours of your time. And actually, it's given me the confidence to do other things physically, I would say. It would make me now think, yes, I can go further on a walk or I can sign up for something and feel confident I would achieve it. Whereas previously, I would think, no, I'll just walk my dogs. and walk a few miles, but so yeah. I think it's been life-changing for me at this particular junction in my life with my age, and you know, as we get older we all get slower, and I don't want to be immobile in my 70s. And you know, unfortunately lots of older people are, because they haven't had the strength training. Absolutely. So
excellent. A very, very good place to leave it, I think. Perfect. Lovely. Well, thank you so much for your time, Stella. That's been great. Really, really great to have you in. Thank you so much for sharing the good word, coming and doing this with us, promoting us within in your space, because I think that's much appreciated. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you everybody for listening.
You know where to find me. I'll be in Moon Boom.
Yes, absolutely. Moon Boom, Green End.
Yes, we're there.
Head on down. MEE-FIT members now get 10% off in the calf. We just put some cards, well, just about to put them on the front desk for people to grab. And then we've also got a little exclusive like Moon Boom customers and friends discount as well, which we're gonna I've got some flyers ready to give you as well. So cool. Thank you all very much for listening, guys, and we will speak to you in the next episode.